YouTube, Silcoon I'm here with an unboxing of the Pokemon trading card game Roaring Skies set. And today we are featuring a booster box of 36 Roaring Skies booster packs, as well as both of the theme decks titled Aurora Blast with Articuno and Storm Rider with Zapdos. Those are exciting names, I guess. Each of these do feature some variant cards, and we'll take a look at those at the end of the video. But for now, let's go ahead and focus on this booster box. So, as always, huge thanks to the Pokemon Company International for hooking me up with this box, and Triple Point PR, their public relations company, for hooking me up with these boxes. They're always really fun to do, and the theme decks are a nice little added bonus as well. So let's go ahead and pick a side. Let's go with the right side, because I'm right-handed. So we're going to go ahead and start with the right side of the box. Move that out of the way so we have some more room, and let's go ahead and get this started. Alrighty, here we go. First booster pack is a Not2, a Spearow, a Voltorb, Inkay, Cascoon, a Switch, a Tropius, I do love Tropius, Tranquil, a Reverse Fletchling, and a Victini is our rare. A good old simple rare to start things off. It's not necessarily a good thing, but it is a common thing nonetheless. So there's a pretty decent amount of good cards in this set, so I'm looking forward to seeing what we pull. I'm also looking forward to seeing if the pull rates are as crazy as they were in Primal Clash. So we shall see. Here's a Meowth, Spearow, Not2, Shuppet, Chatini, Double Dragon Energy. You know this is in the video game Double Dragon. I made that joke on Twitter. Latios, Spirit Link, an Ultra Ball, Reverse Ninjask, and a Gallade EX. I didn't even know Gallade was in this set, but now I know. Let's see, we had the promo one. Piercing prizes, 20 more damage for each of your remaining prize cards. So that's good at the beginning of the game, I guess. Swift Lunge, you may have your opponent switch. So not too grand, maybe Mega Gallade is a little bit better, but a very pretty card, nonetheless. I do love the way that EXs look. So even if they aren't playable, they're really exciting to have in the collection binder nonetheless. Here's Derpy Pikachu. Seriously, it looks weird. It really does. Inkay. Meowth. We got them back to back, except they're in reverse order. Cascoon. Howlucha. Dustox. Winona. Search your deck for up to 3 colorless Pokemon. Very good card for colorless decks. Rayquaza, Spirit Link. Speaking of colorless decks. Pidove. Oh, and Holo Togekiss. I think we took a look at this card in one of the promo packs. But Serene Grace, when you play this card from your hand to evolve one of your Pokemon, you may look at the top 8 cards, choose as many basic energy cards you find there, and attach them to your Pokemon in any way you like. So a pretty neat little ability. I don't know how much play it's going to get, if any, but it is a cool ability nonetheless. Derpichu, Wurmple, Buttface, Bagon, Binacle. Can we start the whole where's Binacle's body thing? Because that's a little tiny rock. Gligar. Skyfield, a really cool stadium that lets you have up to 8 Pokemon on your bench instead of the usual 5. So that's going to get a lot of play in certain decks. Ninjask. Dustox. A reverse Double Dragon Energy. Really cool. And a Skarmory is our rare with the good old Call for Family. That is so good in draft. Let's keep this going. Alrighty, here we go with a Togepi. Togepi. I wonder if there's a kind of pie in the Pokemon world that's Togepi. Not made of Togepi, but like just a joke. Never mind. Shuppet. Spearow. Wingull. Binacle. Trainer's Mail. Look at top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal a trainer card you find in there and put it into your hand. Not too grand. Pelipper. Wally. You have to search your deck for a card that evolves from one of your Pokemon and put it onto that Pokemon. So it's kind of like the Evosoda card. A little bit like that, except as a supporter. So not too bad. A Pelipper. Reverse. And speaking of the devil, Wally is here in his full art version. So since we can do that, here's just to compare. Here's the full art and the normal art of our good pal Wally. So pretty cool. I also just realized I got Pelipper in the same pack. That was a weird pack. That was a really weird pack. So our first full art card of the box is Wally. Not sure how I feel about that, but whatever works. So we're 5 packs in. We already got an EX, a full art, and 1 holo. So things are looking pretty decent. Bagon, Nincada, Pidove, Dunsparce, Voltorb, Tranquil, Revive, a handy little card, Gallade Spirit Link for our Gallade EX, and a holo Dragonite. Nope, this is a reverse holo, my bad. I'm stupid. So a reverse holo of the holo Dragonite in this set. Not too grand of a Dragonite, but still a cool card. And our rare is Beignet. Another one with the ancient trait of Delta Evolution. Evolution Jammer is kind of cool. You can't, your opponent can't evolve. At least through normal means. So that's kind of neat. Again, I don't see it being played, but it is a neat idea for a deck nonetheless. Here's Bagon, Pidove, Nincada, Swablu, Voltorb, Altaria. That's some pretty cool art. Oh, it's Mitsuhiro Arata. I haven't really seen him too much in the card game anymore. Wide Lens. He's been around since base set almost. Manectric, a reverse Gligar, and Altaria. This is good in those colorless decks because your colorless Pokemon have no weakness. And because of Delta Evolution, it can evolve from Swablu right away. So it's a pretty easy card to fit into those colorless decks. It's good to see Arata back in the card game. Anyway, Togepi, Fletchling, Execute, Tailo, Electrike, Gliscor, cool art there, Switch, Tropius, Rayquaza Spirit Link is our reverse, and a Shedinja is our rare. Hopeless Scream. That just sounds like Shedinja. No, Shedinja, you're a hopeless scream. Am I right? I don't know. So anyway, Natu, Fletchling, Wurmple, Tailo, Electrike, Winona, and Pheasant, Fletchinder, Reverse Voltorb, and the rare Dragonite. So we got all of our Dragonites all set and ready to go. So we are dwindling down on this side of the box. We are a little over halfway through, if my count is correct, which it probably isn't because I didn't do any math whatsoever. I just kind of went with it. But we're doing pretty good so far. So here is Howlucha, Dratini, Inkay, Natu, another Natu, this one with Delta Plus. you get an additional prize card if this knocks out a Pokemon, which would be a surprise. Steven, search your deck for a supporter and a basic energy, reveal them, put them into your hand, shuffle your deck afterwards. So, kind of like a different version of Skyla, give or take, but you get a basic energy card, so that's pretty nice. Silcoon, Healing Scarf. Whenever you attach an energy to the Pokemon this card is attached to, you heal 20 damage from it. A reverse Gallade, Spirit Link. And the Hydreigon EX. So we're up to 2 EXs now. Dragon Road, if there's any stadium in play, the retreat cost for each of your Dragon Pokemon is 2 colorless lusts. Not bad. The attack is not that great, only does 80, and is affected by any effects on the opponent's active Pokemon, which can be okay, but Psychic Darkness colorless as a attack cost is unfortunately not that great. But what are you going to do? So, we have Nincada, Dunsparce, Wingull, Dratini, Electrike, Ninjask, different Ninjask I think, maybe not, Dustox, Double Dragon Energy, Reverse Wally, so we have all 3 kinds of Wally now, and a Mega Rayquaza, however you want to say it, EX. This is the Dragon type Rayquaza EX, which unfortunately isn't the good one. The one that the decks are currently being built around is the colorless one. But it is still an absolutely beautiful card, nonetheless. Absolutely. Dragon Ascent for 300 damage. I could see this one definitely working in a deck, especially with Fire being a pretty easy energy acceleration choice. But it's still a great card, and Delta Wild gives it resistance to Grass, Fire, Water, and Electric, as well as its non-existent resistance. So it is a very, very, very nice card, definitely. And I mean, it just looks cool. Look at that card. It's amazing. So moving right along, continuing the right side of the box, we are at 3 EXs and 1 full art. So I definitely like our odds at the moment. We have Voltorb, Togepi, Shuppet, Spearow, Wingull, Healing Scarf, Dragonair, Executor being attacked by Spearows, or rather attacking Spearows. He's got Shake It Off, ooh, 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 Wingull. I apologize for that. A holographic Zekrom is our rare, and that is just really freaking cool art. Look at that Zekrom. That is pretty amazing. I don't think the card's that great, but the Zekrom art is pretty freaking amazing. That doesn't even look like a Pokemon anymore. That is great artwork. So moving right along and trying to bounce back from our awful Taylor Swift impersonation. We got a Meowth, Binacle, Gligar. I'm going to be blazing through most of these commons because they're just starting to absolutely repeat themselves. Revive, Gallade Spirit Link, Skyfield, Carbink. That one is new. Jewel Armor as our reverse. Okay, so we got both. We got both Carbinks, both reverse and non-reverse. So there you go. There's some Carbink action going on. There we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 more booster packs on that side of the box, give or take. Electrike, Bagon, Pidove, Nincada, Swablu, Pelipper, Revive, Togetic, Go Fetch. You can play Fetch with Togetic. Unfezant, and a different Unfezant. So these are the 2 Unfezants in the set. This one with the Delta Evolution power, so there you go. Are they both the same? Yeah, they're both the same gender. Missed opportunity. So hopping right along to our next pack. Oh, okay, story time. So the Executor that I lost in one of these packs is the evolution of this Execute, which is getting attacked by the Spearows, so now he attacks the Spearows. So once again, we have some story time in our card art, which I really enjoy. Execute, Natu, Fletchling, Wurmple, Talo, Shelgon, Mega Turbo. Lets you attach a basic energy from your discard pile into one of your Mega Evolved Pokemon. Fearow, not related to said Spearows. Bagon is our reverse. And a holographic Beautifly is our rare. Prevent damage done to this Pokemon by attacks from opponent's Pokemon EX. So it's got the usual Safeguard-esque ability, which is always handy in certain decks. I don't think it would necessarily have Beautifly be our Safeguarder. Silcoon still does that job pretty well, if I do say so myself, but there'll be a time where Silcoon is gone and Beautifly will rise to power. Or not. Electrike, Talo, Execute, Hawlucha, Pikachu, Silcoon, Healing Scarf, Gliscor, Tropius is our reverse holo, and Xatu is our rare. He's got a stressful eye because he used Future Sight too many times. That can take a lot out of you. Trying to look into the future and all that. It's difficult. You try doing it. So here we go with a Cascoon, Hawlucha, Wingull, Inkay, Togepi, Trainer's Mail, Fletchinder, Wide Lens. I didn't actually really talk about Wide Lens, but it lets you damage. The damage on the bench is applied with weakness and resistance, which normally it is not. So that can be helpful in some cases. Beignet and Beignet is our rare. Tool Concealment. Each Pokemon tool card in play has no effects whatsoever, so that can be kind of neat for some Spirit Link based decks that you are facing. They can no longer Spirit Link. Alright, so we got Dratini, Natu, Wingull, Fletchling, Bagon, Electrode. Businessman's like, no, don't explode. Calm down. It's okay. Shh. Dragonair. Steven. A reverse Talo. Talonflame is our rare. Pretty neat artwork. Not a great card, but pretty neat artwork nonetheless. And that concludes the right side of the box. So in conclusion, we have 3 EX cards and 1 full art, which is not that bad. It's pretty much a normal run-of-the-mill sort of pack ratio thus far, but the left side of the box could prove us wrong. And we have 1, 2, 3 holos? Only 3? Huh, that seems low. But we shall see with the left side of the box. Let me clear up this workspace and let's get started. So let's open up the first pack of the left side of the box. Right, so that was pretty good to us. Let's see how this side treats us with a Wurmple, a Bagon, Binacle, Gligar, Meowth, Steven, Executor, Healing Scarf, a reverse Executor, and a rare Togekiss, different from the Holo Togekiss that we got on the other side of the box. It has a powerful slap. Darn right it does. Togekiss don't kid around. Togekiss be like, get out of my face. So I don't know where this comes from. Natu, Pikachu, Bagon, Wingull, Swablu, Mega Turbo, Winona, and Pheasant, a reverse Skarmory, and that Talonflame that we closed out our other side of the box with is actually our first duplicate rare. Thank you, Talonflame. It's kind of chubby. He's a chubby Talonflame. Don't judge him. He likes to eat a little more than the other Talonflame do, and that's okay. We don't judge around these parts. Here's a Dratini, Inkay, Natu, no they're not two, Togepi, Electrode, Double Dragon Energy, a Dragonair, Wurmple, and speak of, well, not really, we were talking about him quite a while ago. Here is Mega Gallade EX in his full art version. Absolutely beautiful. The full art Mega Pokemon are gorgeous, gorgeous cards. So even if they suck, they are probably the best cards you could add to your collection, because just look at how great that is. Unwavering Blade. This attack does 30 damage to each of your opponent's bench Pokemon that has any damage counters on it, and 110 damage. So not too bad. Not fantastic, but certainly not too bad. I can see a fun deck getting built around this guy for sure. So very, very nice card. So let's keep the luck rolling. I love the full arts for the EXs. For even the Megas, even the normal EXs. The full art cards are just absolutely gorgeous. It's a shame that they're so rare, honestly. Inkay, but I guess that's what makes them rare, is because they're beautiful. Binacle, Hawlucha, Cascoon, Meowth, Ninjask, Skyfield, Fearow, Shuppet is our reverse. And, oh, it's that Zekrom. I want the Reshiram. I want the Reshiram to go with it. But here is our Zekrom, our repeat reverse. Or not repeat reverse, repeat holo. So we have one repeat rare, one repeat holo thus far. So that's a little bit of a shame that we got a repeat holo. Alright, we got Gligar, Shuppet, Meowth, Cascoon, Hawlucha, Tranquil, Clysker, Gallade Spirit Link, a reverse Derpichu, and yes! The colorless Rayquaza EX is very popular in the metagame right now. So let's take a quick look why. Intensify Burn does 10 damage if your Pokemon is active EX, which most often than not they are nowadays. It does 50 more damage, so you're looking at 60 plus whatever other modifiers you might have on it for 1 energy right off the bat on turn 1, providing you a second. Dragon Pulse, discard the top 3 cards of your deck for 100 damage, which isn't the best, but the Mega Rayquaza EX set is colorless as well, is worth taking a little bit of a look at. But a lot of people are trying to make use of the intensifying burn on Rayquaza EX. So that is a really nice pull. I am glad that we got one of those. Let's see if we can pull the Mega as well. That would be really nice. We got a Spearow, Natu, Nincada, Gligar, Voltorb, Healing Scarf, Shelgon, Switch, a reverse Beignet, and a Xatu. So we're starting to tap into the extra duplicate rares here. We took a look at Natu already. Nincada, Binacle, Spearow, Dunsparce, Voltorb, Manectric, Trainer's Mail, Rayquaza Spirit Link, a reverse of that Zekrom, so now we're at 3 Zekroms, and Articuno is our rare. We'll be taking a look at Articuno when we open up that theme deck, but here is a quick sneak peek at what we will look at. Spoilers, there's a P-Dove involved in this booster pack. He's a very happy P-Dove. Tailo, Bagon, Wurmple, Dunsparce, Tropius, Steven, Executor, Cascoon is our reverse holo, and a Victini is our rare, the card that started it all for this booster box. Seems the front side of the boxes are better than the back side. Here's a Tailo, Beignet, Pidove, Swablu, Wurmple, Latios, Spirit Link, Executor, and Pheasant, Reverse Beignet, and a, not full art, but a Ancient Traits Articuno. Delta Plus has an extra prize card one. But again, I don't think it is going to be knocking out too many Pokemon. Really nice artwork, though. I like the half arts because it kind of gives you the element of a full art, but is much easier to get a hold of because they're anywhere from commons to rares. So I really do enjoy that quite a bit. So we have Swablu, Beignet, Execute, Fletchling, Pikachu, or Derpichu as we've been calling him, Wally, Togetic, Ultra Ball, a Reverse Electrike, and Latios EX Full Art. Yes, we've gotten 3 full arts in this box so far. So that's exciting as all crap. Fast Raid, I almost said First Aid. If you go first, you can attack. You can use this attack on your first turn, so that's pretty cool. Light Pulse, prevent all effects of your opponent's attack except damage done to this Pokemon during your next turn. So not too bad of a card. I don't see it being used, but Fast Raid is a pretty nice card for sure. Fast Raid is a pretty nice attack for sure, especially when getting that early damage can be incredibly vital to a lot of decks nowadays. So we'll see if that one starts popping up at all. I'm not expecting it to, but it might. You never really know. The meta is weird sometimes. So here's Hawlucha, Wingull, Inkay, Togepi, Execute, Skyfield, Fearow, Mega Turbo, Switch, and Zapdos, the other card we will look at in the theme decks. Raging Thunder. How many people have caught a Zapdos and named it Thor? I just feel like that's something a lot of people would probably do. But anyway, here is a Dunsparce, Gligar, Shuppet, Meowth, Cascoon, Rayquaza, Spirit Link, Electrode, Dragonair, Not2 is our reverse, and ooh, a holographic Swallow. That's a weird card to have. A weird card to have as a holo, I think. A Delta Plus. Not that great of a card either. Huh. No, it's a holo, so we'll take it. Swallow's a really weird card to have as a holo. Huh. Spearow, Not2, Shuppet, Dratini, Cascoon, Shelgon, Switch, Ninjask, a Reverse Trainer's Mail, and a Rare Swallow. Is our rare. So we got the Swallow duo going on over here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more packs to open, and then we shall take a quick look at those theme decks. I'm hoping for maybe one more EX. Wurmple, Nincada, Binacle, Spearow, Voltorb, Wally, Dustox, Winona, a reverse of that half art Articuno, and Dustox is our rare. He's got Flap for 20. You're as hardcore as they come, Dustox. You flap. You flap with pride. Electrike, Tailo, Beignet, Pidove, Swablu, Manectric, Trainer's Mail, Pelipper, Reverse Binacle, And Carbink is our rare. So we now have 3 degrees of Carbink, which is a lot less tasty than 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. Am I right? So, Nincada, Pidove, Dunsparce, Voltorb, Pikachu, Togetic, Ultra Ball, Tropius, a Reverse Ultra Ball, and alright, here we go. I am really happy now. We got a Mega Latios EX to go with our full art Latios EX. Sonic Ace. Discard 2 cards to this Pokemon. This attack does 120 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon. So that's pretty good. With damage modifiers, you could be knocking things out with that. So that's pretty nice. 220 HP is not too shabby either. Then again, that's what Gallade has too. So, wow, this pack is stuck. There we go. Can we get one more? We shall see. Probably not. I'm not expecting it, but it'd be cool. Shuppet, Fletchling, Togepi, Execute, rather, Dratini, Fletchinder, Altaria, Wide Lens, Reverse Meowth, and ooh, a Klefki. Haven't seen him yet in this box. Look for keys. Can you imagine if you had a Klefki and be like, find my keys, and Klefki would be Klefki would just be like, yo, I'm right here. I am your keys. And then you'd be like, no, Klefki, my actual keys that operate my car or open my house. And Klefki is like, you put those on me. I am your keys. And you're like, oh, darn. I forgot. Fletchling, Execute, Talo, Electrike, Bagon, Latios Spirit Link, Silcoon, Wally, Reverse Togetic, and a Unpheasant is our rare. So not too bad at all. That side of the box netted us 2 EXs and 2 full arts. So I'm definitely thankful for this side of the box. It did net us only 1 holo, I think. 2 holos, Zekrom and Swellow. So in quick retrospect, and to just look at them again, here are the EXs and full arts that this box got us. We got Wally, Mega Gallade EX, Latios EX, and then as for normal EXs, Rayquaza EX, again, whatever, Mega Latios EX, Gallade EX, and Mega Rayquaza EX. So we had a pretty nice pull layout, if I do say so myself. We got 5 EXs in the box, as well as 3 full arts. So definitely some pretty nice pulls. And in comparison, we have only 5 holos. So we got 5 holos and 5 EX. So with that in mind, you're looking at a normal EX ratio of the same as holos, which I find really absurd due to how many reverses, or not reverses, but full arts and EXs there are in sets now. They started making the EXs and full arts easier to get in a box, but in turn, the holographic cards ended up becoming harder to get in a box. So I really think that the Pokemon Company needs to sort of find some sort of balance, whether it's like the Japan system of getting a holo in every pack, and then occasionally you'll get an EX or a full art. Maybe something like that, maybe, because, like, as I was saying with the Primal Clash box, this is pretty obscure for a pull ratio. I'm not complaining about easier to get EXs, but when it in turn makes the holo cards that are essential to some decks harder to get, it ends up being a really weird thing, but hopefully they do end up finding some sort of balance, but really impressive box for sure. So let's go ahead and take a look at those theme decks. Alright, so as I was saying at the beginning of the video, we have Aurora Blast, and Storm Rider as our theme decks. Water, Fire, Grass, Electric, respectively. Here's a quick look at the deck list for Aurora Blast. And here is a quick look at the deck list for Storm Rider. Each deck right off the bat comes with a variant holographic, it's the sort of stained glass holo, of the Articuno and Zapdos featured in this set. So the only way to get these holos is by picking up the theme deck. You also get a code card that lets you play the theme deck on Pokemon Trading Card Game Online, as well as access to all the cards in here for other custom decks. The Aurora Blast deck comes with a green Mega Rayquaza coin, while the Storm Rider deck comes with a gold Mega Rayquaza coin. Those should also be added to your lineup in Pokemon TCG Online by using these theme decks. Both come with simple cardboard deck boxes with the rest of the deck inside, and a quick look at some special rules, the ancient traits, as well as Mega Evolution, and a set list for Roaring Skies, as well as some paper, poison, burn, and damage counters, as well as a playmat for you to play if you are just starting to learn how to play the game. Here's a quick run through of the Aurora Blast theme deck. You will see some older trainers that they always throw in theme decks to kind of help balance things out, because sticking to only one set for trainers would make the decks pretty bad. So it's a good way to get some trainers into your lineup. Here is a normal rare version of the Swallow that we pulled in the booster box. So that is one of the variant cards, as well as this Salamence is normally a holographic card, which is now a normal rare for the theme deck. So we have 3 total variants in this deck, including the Articuno that we saw at the start of our deck. So we have these 3 variant cards for the Aurora Blast theme deck, and as for the Storm Rider theme deck, here's a quick lineup of that set. I'm hoping if there's another variant I catch it. I did not know about the Swallow, because as I was initially looking at this deck, I didn't realize that Swallow was a holographic card. I know that Dragonite is normally a holographic card. That might be the only one in this one, because one deck usually has more variants than the other deck for whatever reason. That's the only one that I'm noticing in the Storm Rider deck. So that gives us a rare of this Dragonite, which is normally a holo, and the Zapdos variant. So both theme decks net you 5 more variant cards, 2 cool coins, the code cards to play online, some boxes if you need boxes, as well as some pretty cool and necessary trainer cards. So overall, we got a pretty cool box and some pretty cool theme decks. Once again, huge thanks to the Pokemon Company International and their public relations firm, Triple Point PR, for hooking me up with this theme deck set, as well as the booster box. It's always really fun, and I love experimenting with the pull ratios of these boxes. It's really interesting to see how things can change in the future. I hope they find that good balance that I know a lot of collectors and players both really want. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.